issues with non-monogamous sex. I'd actually love to have more non-monogamous sex, but these guys are so weird out here. Casual sex isn't the issue. The issue is so many men who feel the need to manipulate you for it. They feel the need to make you think they actually like you, when really if they were people with integrity, honesty, and communication, the emotional blow-ups we see happening would not happen that way. It's almost like manipulation is their default mode of interaction. Why does it have to be this way? Why can't we just enjoy the experience without the unnecessary drama? I honestly would love to actually have more non-monogamous sexual relations because I want to get comfortable having and enjoying sex. Sex should be something that is fun, liberating, and fulfilling. But for me, it's not yet fully that. I've struggled with feeling comfortable with having sex, whether that's because of societal pressures, past experiences, or the lack of partners who genuinely respect boundaries and communication. I feel like if I had more partners who were respectful, honest, and communicative, I could have these types of relations, and that would be quite nice. It would be empowering to explore my desires in a safe, supportive space. But instead, for some reason, it's like many men cannot do this. It's as though they feel they need to manipulate the woman, then treat her as callously and dismissively as possible. What's that about? It's frustrating because it feels like these men are acting from a place of insecurity, projecting their own issues onto women who are simply looking for the same thing: connection, pleasure, and understanding. Why does mutual respect seem like such a tall order? I also think this is somehow related to why men shame and are almost afraid of or intimidated by women who have complete sexual agency. It's almost as though when women only want sex and nothing else, they seem to take it personally. It's baffling to me. Why does a woman's autonomy threaten them? It's almost like this deeply embedded psychology of a need to control. The idea that a woman could want something purely for her own enjoyment, without needing the man to validate it, seems to shake their worldview. This need for control is pervasive. It's seen in the way men react when they realize a woman doesn't need them emotionally or financially, but simply wants to enjoy their company for what it is. Instead of appreciating the honesty and simplicity of that dynamic, they sabotage it. They'll act distant or cold, as if punishing you for not needing them in the way they want to be needed. It's exhausting to navigate these unspoken power dynamics when all I want is clarity and mutual respect. What's particularly ironic is that this behavior often leads to exactly what they fear: women becoming more guarded, more selective, and less trusting. It's like they're creating the very problem they claim to hate. If more men approached casual sex with openness and honesty, the emotional blow-ups and misunderstandings would decrease dramatically. Instead, we're left dealing with unnecessary games that benefit no one. I've also noticed that when women express their desire for casual, non-monogamous sex, there's often a double standard in how it's received. Men who pursue casual sex are celebrated, seen as adventurous or confident. But when women do the same, they're labeled as easy or slutty. This double standard is not only unfair, but also deeply harmful. It perpetuates the idea that women's sexuality is something to be controlled or judged, rather than celebrated and embraced. For me, the appeal of non-monogamous sex lies in the freedom it offers. The ability to connect with different people, to learn more about myself and my desires, is incredibly liberating. But that freedom is only possible when both parties approach it with respect and honesty. Without those elements, it's just another toxic interaction disguised as a casual fling. I want to feel empowered in my choices, not weighed down by the emotional baggage of someone else's insecurities. I want partners who see me as an equal, who value my agency and respect my boundaries. Is that really so much to ask? It feels like it shouldn't be, and yet, here we are. When I think about the kind of relationships I want, it's not about finding someone to complete me or fill a void. It's about exploring connections that are meaningful in their own right, whether they last a night or a lifetime. I'm not looking for someone to define me or my worth. I'm looking for someone who can meet me where I'm at, with honesty and respect. If more people approach sex and relationships this way, I think we'd all be better off. There would be less resentment, less drama, and more genuine connection. Isn't that what we're all ultimately looking for? It's not about following some outdated script or societal expectation. It's about finding what works for you and the people you choose to share your life with, however briefly or deeply that may be. In the end, it's about choice. The choice to embrace your desires, to communicate openly, and to approach others with the same respect and integrity you hope to receive. That's what I want, and that's what I'll keep striving for, no matter how weird things get out here.